I have a great idea.
But I'll never do it.
It might happen. Sure, the monkeys might fly out of my butt. I don't think so.
I don't see it happening.
Hey, it's me, John.
And me, Louise.
And we've got great ideas that we're never gonna do.
Not ever.
Never, ever. How's it going, Louise?
It's going really well. How's it going for you?
It's going all right. I am very pleased to announce, and by the time this comes out, it will already have been a couple weeks, but we actually officially have a Facebook page now.
Whoop, whoop.
What? So go and like that. It's just Great Idea Pod, which is all of our social media shenanigan-y stuff. And yeah, it's something to be excited about. We're finally, welcoming ourselves into the 2000s.
Yeah.
Forget this whole podcasting thing. The Facebook thing is what it's really all about.
Oh, yeah. I was on a cruise ship.
We get it, Louise. You were on a cruise ship.
No, but it was 2004. And when I got on said cruise ship, nothing existed really. I still had a flip phone. And when I got off said cruise ship, everybody was like, "Are you on Friendster?" And I was like, "What's Friendster?" And they were like, "Oh, you got to get on Friendster. And also make a MySpace page." And I was like, "What is that?" And then everybody was like, "Oh, are you on Facebook?" And I was like, "I don't even know what any of this stuff is." And it all happened in the span of 7 or 8 months.
Oh, my God.
So we made it, finally, you and I. And
Welcome.
the podcast.
We are here.
After 12 some years. No. Yes? No. What's math? I don't know.
It is what it is. That's all I'm saying.
Time is a tricky lady. Oh, wait. It's Mother Earth and Father Time. God damn it.
That's
He's
okay.
a tricky
This
gentleman.
is 2016. We have to stop gendering Earth and time.
Okay. I like that. I get it. Yep.
So it's been a very productive couple of weeks for my brain and coming up with some ideas.
Love it.
And I think that really the way that ideas are born is when there is first a problem.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, I'm just going to kind of launch into things and talk about my problems.
I like it. Hit me with it.
Okay, so I don't know what it is about me and my pants.
Oh.
But I don't know how it happens, but my fly refuses to stay up. There are certain times when it's like, did I forget to zip up my fly? And then there are other times when it's like, oh, no. 5 minutes ago, this fly was up, and now it is not.
I think what's happening here is he, she, time. Because this sounds like an old man problem.
Is it an old man problem?
I don't know. No, it's an everyone problem. But more so for you recently.
Maybe I don't know if it's just the kinds of pants I'm wearing are all of a sudden deciding nope, these aren't going to work for you anymore.
You've got a tired zipper.
Yeah, it might just be a tired zipper. I don't know if it's the Levi's company during this one period of time. They just had really bad zipper makers, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But what I'm saying is, and we were talking about this before, is that it's 2016 when
Yes.
we're recording this. You might be listening to this at a later time. But we are in the era of Bluetooth. And I'm talking about Bluetooth-enabled pants.
What?
That when the pants are buttoned, it becomes enabled. So when the zipper is down, you can look at your phone and it'll buzz or whatever. It'll give you some sort of notification saying like XYZ.
Or
Examine
like
that zipper.
YKK, which is like
YKK.
what all the zippers say for whatever reason.
I feel like I read some sort of article about why exactly it says that, and I completely forgot, rendering the article completely useless. But
Interesting. You'd have to probably detach it for laundry, though.
Well, detach it, or it needs to just be in some sort of waterproof casing.
Okay.
I don't know. That's not my job.
See, I was thinking, like, what if you just took a safety pin through the hole in the zipper and then through the other hole of where your button goes to, like, keep it up? But Bluetooth, yeah, use the technology.
Yeah, but therein lies the other issue of, like, what about the people, possibly myself included, who just forget to zip it up? That means you're also forgetting to fasten the safety pin. So Bluetooth is what I'm saying.
I can see this being valuable to people of our generation as we get older.
Sure.
I feel like the old man or woman who's having the problem of this currently would be like, how do you use the dang app? How do I download it? How does it work? I'm not connected. And they would need extra help. We would be fine.
This is true.
They would need extra help.
There would certainly need to be instructional videos and whatever, like very thorough instructions. I mean, if you're buying Bluetooth-enabled anything, you have to understand that there's going to be a setup phase.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time.
It's time.
It's time for this. So yeah, that's my first big idea.
So I have a sub-question to
Bring
this problem. Is it just you who has become aware of this problem for you? Or did somebody say, like, hey, John, I couldn't help but notice the barn door is open?
I believe that there's only been one time in recent history where it's like, nudge, nudge, look down, buddy boy. But, like, I notice it about myself.
That person's a true friend.
Oh, yeah, and it's not like there's ever anything that's like, ha, 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 your fly's down, you dingus. It's like, yo, FYI, XYZ, YKK.
Yes. Oh, my God, I love all of it. LOL.
Yeah, I think that that's something that we need.
Okay.
At least something that I need. I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm forgetting.
You're probably not. You're probably not forgetting.
Anyway.
Do
You have any?
I like it.
You have any pants-related ideas?
I don't have any pants-related ideas, but I do have a problem that I recently noticed for.
Tell me about your problems.
Here, and then thus was the solution idea was born. Basically, I'm not super great at makeup. I either look like a drag queen because I'm in a show and I'm on a stage and the lights are really bright. So if you look at me on a stage, it's normal. If you look at me in everyday life, you're like, whoa. But I can't seem to, or I just like don't wear it because new listeners to the podcast, I'm in the fitness world and I sweat a lot. So sometimes I'm like, I don't have time and I don't wear any. So I was on the Pinterest looking at instructional things about how to contour. It's a big thing. Like contouring, highlighting, faux contouring, shortcuts to all that jazz, whatever. This is more of a lady problem. But all of the things are like tutorials or whatever, cheat sheets, face painting, are based on your facial structure? Is that the shape of your face?
The shape, yeah.
So I was looking at my face in the mirror and being like, I have no idea what shape my own face is. Like, is it a heart? Is it round? I don't know. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, oh no, it's definitely an egg shape. I got it. Okay, it's an egg shape. And then I go to do the makeup and it's like, this is not what my face shape is. And it makes me wonder, because the internet is crazy and people will constantly try to sell you stuff. But the more I went into these makeup videos or cheat sheets or face paintings or whatever, when I say face paintings, I mean like the weird dummy face that they give you at the makeup store where they're like, and this is where you would put the rouge on your cheekbone. It's like a not a stick figure drawing, but like a face that you do guidelines. Anyway.
I feel you.
Okay. And where was I going with this? I had the wrong face. I was trying to do the right face. I thought with all of Big Brother watching over technology, facial recognition, there should be an app on your phone that you can use the back-facing camera and it will identify where your bones are, just to help me, because people will try to sell you anything. They'll be like, oh, those earrings don't look good with your face because your face is a square. Or those sunglasses don't look as good as these because your face is round. Or, I mean, maybe.
Right.
Part of me is just like, let's go shopping, and if I like them and I feel fierce in them, I'm going to wear them. But the other part of me is like, well, there might be a method to the madness. It's probably to do with my face shape. What is that?
Yeah.
So
we have to already have this technology.
Right. It would just be like, look at this thing. This is the shape of your face.
Yeah, you know, I know exactly what you're talking about, and like I've seen the little like diagrams for it. Because
diagram. That was the word I was looking for.
Are you serious? That's the word? Okay.
Yes,
so
that was
I've
the
seen
word.
the like diagrams, and I think that a lot of it, for when I see it, is for like buying eyeglass frames. Because it is like, if you have a blah 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 shaped face, then these will not work for you. But I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a mix between that one, and like if my hair is a certain length, it's kind of like an acorn shape, and then other times it's just kind of like I don't know, a Picasso, depending on like what happened to me earlier in the day. Like there's no fixed shape that I hear exactly what you're saying, and it's insane that we don't have. Is there anything? Have you looked?
I mean, if previous episodes have been any kind of indication, I have done zero research on this.
I'm going to do a quick peek here on the App Store.
Yeah, I actually didn't look at all. No, I was just looking, and sometimes they want you to make this rainbow over the entirety of your forehead, and then these stripes down the side of your nose, and then this like bit that's right next to your chin. Okay,
I don't know how good these will be, but there are some apps. One is called Face Shape Meter. Optometry Bundle, which has a pupil thing. Actually, I think that might be the only one. It costs $1, Face Shape Meter. But the example photo that it has in the iPhone App Store, this is iPhone only, I can't speak for Android or anything, but it's like, and no offense to this model who got paid, a sandwich for her work this day, but she looks like she could not give any shits about being there to do this photo shoot for this Face Shape Meter app. But perhaps that would be a contender. I don't know.
Because it's all really intense. Like, they want you to either do, like, dotted, or only up to half your forehead, or only, like, down to the side of your eye, not, like, the center of your pupil for the contour down. Or some people are, like, just do a tiny dash. And then some are, like, do this swooping thing because that'll accentuate. And I'm like, this is too much. This is why I don't wear makeup. This is... This is too much.
Sounds like a pain in the butt.
Yeah. But if there was something that could tell me, definitely a heart. That would make me get to weed out a lot of the information that I don't need to know because it's a heart. Or oblong or square or whatever. The end. That was what I was thinking. Problems and solutions to those problems.
Yeah, potentially. I feel you. I feel you big time, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know. It seems like technology and phone apps are our only way in to getting the answers that we need. You know, Snapchat has some pretty incredible technological advancements that make you look like a panda bear
Right.
or whatever.
Or a
But I don't know.
dog that licks things, or a cat that pukes rainbows. Have you seen that?
I don't know if I've seen a cat that pukes
It's like-
rainbows, but
I'm trying to recreate
sometimes I wish
it.
this was a video podcast because Louise looks insane all the time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I hear you. Snapchat's got it. They got it all figured out. You have the technology. Just like incorporate that into maybe a brand new app. Apparently, you can charge $1 for something similar. So
I mean,
that could be your bread and butter. You
there's
Snapchat homies.
There's probably a listener thinking, just go to Sephora and ask them what your face shape is. But
But
tend
can you
not.
trust a human?
No, that's the thing. I can't trust a human. No.
I think that this is raising a lot of other questions.
Well,
and dilemmas.
I recently got a haircut, like a trim, and the
Mm-hmm.
chick was like, "Do you use any like heat damage?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Well, you really should use. What kind of shampoo are you using now?" And I'm like, "Whatever is on sale at Dwayne Reed. I don't know. Like it changes every time the bottle is empty. I don't like have a kind that I use and only use that. It's always different." And she kept telling me like, you know, all these reasons why all these different kinds of shampoos and conditions were terrible for my hair and what I needed to do. And it was all the branding of the store that I got my hair cut at. And I
God.
was like, okay, great. So basically I'm never coming back here because the entirety of this haircut has been an upsell. And I want to like just go bury my head in a pillow. So no,
Barf.
I can't trust a human. Any
Yeah.
store.
Yeah,
She's ruined it
because
for everyone.
yeah, they only sell products for people with heart-shaped faces. So she's going to tell you that you've got a heart-shaped face.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I got one. This one is going to blow your mind.
I'm ready.
Okay. So I don't know what your position is on the top sheet, but I don't think I've ever used one, and if I ever have, it has gotten kicked to the foot of the bed in like seconds flat. Where do you stand on this issue?
I love a top sheet.
You love a top sheet.
Yeah, I'm into the top sheet.
Okay. During what circumstances are you always using top sheets?
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Okay.
I have multiple reasons why, but I want to hear where you're going.
But I also want to hear your reasons
Okay.
why.
I despise the fitted sheet, if only for the fact that I cannot consistently fold that thing. So I already have a hatred because I can't figure out how to fold it. Or I guess every time I fold it, somebody's like, that's fine. And it's like not perfect that you would get out of a package. And I want to like iron it and make the creases perfectly square. And like, they're like, oh, well, that's not how it, like, so it can never be as good as I want it to be. So I despise the fitted sheet. So the top sheet already has my heart. The second reason.
So not for any actual usage reasons.
No, yes, for
just
usage. I'll
Okay.
get there.
Okay.
The usage
Go on.
is I tend to not wash my duvet every time between sheets washings. And part of that reason is because I never touch it. Because I'm
Oh.
always between the fitted sheet and the flat sheet, top sheet.
Got it.
So if I don't have to like stuff that comforter inside the duvet and unbutton all the buttons and rebutton them and then shake it out to make sure that the comforter gets evenly dispersed inside the pillowcase for the comforter. A duvet, if any of you were wondering what that description was. I don't ever touch it, so there's not like dead skin cells on it or like dog hair, or because my dog likes to get in the covers. So I can change the sheets and pillowcases without having to add also the duvet. Sometimes when I'm hot, I will like flip one leg out and then realize like that one leg is really, really cold, but my other leg is really, really hot. So then I just push the comforter to the bottom and I'm happy with just the top sheet.
Got it. Okay. All right. So during the course of you giving me your explanations for fitted sheet hatred and top sheet love, I have come up with a second idea. The first idea,
Ooh,
because
on the fly.
because there is a large population of people like myself who open up the package of the sheets, take that top sheet out, and never see it again until you look at the bottom of a drawer and you're like, oh, good, a fitted sheet. And it's like, no, it's a top sheet. Arrgh. So there needs to be a Top Sheets for the Homeless program where they can either remain as top sheets or be made into other things like pillows, or maybe they can be turned into just pretty much anything that somebody who is in need could use. And this is a very specific thing. It's not just like giving it to Goodwill or whatever where someone can just like maybe buy it, or they'd be like a top sheet and nothing else, whatever, I'm gonna throw it away. But they can be used for all sorts of things. You can make clothing out of them. You can make all sorts of stuff.
Oh, like Sound of Music style with curtains on
that's
top
right.
sheets.
You could make dish rags out of them. You could do any number of things with these top sheets. So that's one idea.
I think also a lot of shelters, like dog rescue places, they like towels and sheets because of the durability and fray factor, so that the dogs don't like chew them up in a way that they're going to swallow them. So they're like able to nest with them without hurting themselves in some way. I like it.
So that's one idea. Another idea, we got to rethink the fitted sheet. Nobody knows how to fold a fitted sheet. You are lying if you say that you do. I'm sorry, but it's impossible, and there's no way of doing it. We have way too many people out there who are very particular about the way that things are done and need to be exactly 90-degree angles for everything. Louise is pointing to herself, and
it's me.
I feel you. The fitted sheet situation, I know that I have just given up on it. Do I want to have given up on it? Not at all.
You just like ball it up and then shove it somewhere, right?
I take like the edges where the stitch at the corner goes up to, and I try to match those to each other, and then everything else kind of just goes like inside.
I know.
But it's never gonna be right. So
no.
Here's what I propose to you. Zippers. Right? So instead of it just being a giant rectangle, let's take out the elastic altogether. Okay. Let's say queen size mattress needs a sheet. It's fitted. That's a poor word choice. It is designed so that the main rectangle part of it fits the top of it, and then there you zip down on the side, and you can maybe and then maybe there's like a button that goes underneath, so that you're dealing with zero elastic. You can fold your clean lines. You can get your 90-degree angles and call it a day. Easy to take off, easy to put on. There you go.
I like this a lot.
This is the YKK alternative to the fitted sheet.
Yes. I like it.
It's 2016, people. Why are we subjected to the rule of whoever made the fitted sheet? Why do we just accept that that's the only way? There must be a better way.
There has to be. Here's another thing. Why I'm pro top sheet. Hotels.
Hotels are a different story. Here's an idea.
Okay,
Hotels that don't have fucking gross beds.
Yeah. Here's an idea. No, because I can trust that someone will take off the fitted sheet and someone will take off the flat sheet and the pillowcases and wash those, but like I cannot always trust the duvet.
You're supposed to just
And
take
then
that
if
off
my-
and throw it on the floor.
Yeah, I was like, if my body never has to touch that, that seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
so we've just turned the entire bedding industry on its side. I'm really proud of us.
I'm proud of us. Do you know anyone at any kind of bedding companies like Casper, somebody on the cutting edge of...
I feel like Casper, and then isn't there another one that... Is Casper the one that does mattresses? Isn't it
Yeah.
like Lisa that does sheets? Isn't there one that's like a sheets company called... I think there's like another one of those like we advertise on podcasts, except for this one type of companies. Anyway, yeah, absolutely. If anybody from
Get on it,
Casper,
those companies.
Lisa, any of those companies, if you're listening, it's all yours, baby.
Get out there. Change the way we think about it.
If someone rethinks the way that the fitted sheet is made and sells that product, I am buying it.
Yeah.
It is happening.
I'm into it too. You got 2 customers right off the bat.
There you go. And our, I don't know, handful of listeners. Maybe you guys too. Yeah. This is it. This is the revolution. It begins now.
It's a bed-illusion.
Yeah. You know, now that people are giving up on feeling the burn, they need something else to believe in. Here it is. Here it is, kiddos.
Here it is.
It's happening. So we do have some voicemails, but do you have any ideas you want to discuss before we launch into that?
Yeah.
What you got?
I don't know if I should save it for the end. It's pretty good. Or
You think it's the closer?
do it
the
now.
grand finale?
I don't know. I feel pretty good about it.
Okay.
Let's wait.
Okay. All right, let me just set up the voicemail station because it is a whole ordeal. So we have it's 3 voicemails, but I believe that they're all from the same person, so they probably got cut off or something. So without any further ado, here we go.
Hi, this is Emily. I have a number of great ideas that I am certainly never going to do. So let's start with sort of a grouping having to do with the airports and flying. I was traveling this weekend and I was overwhelmed with the great ideas I had to make my traveling much better than it was. I think that somewhere near airport security, there should be some sort of like small post office type system. So if you had something in your carry-on, not like drugs or firearms or something like that, but something that is not supposed to be in your carry-on that was by mistake, that's expensive shampoo that you can't take, or really nice sewing scissors that you can't take and you forgot they were in your purse, whatever. There should be someone there that you can hand it to, that you can fill out a quick address, and they will, since you're running to your gate, package it well, slap on the address, and mail it to you, because your check bag is already far away, and at that point there's nothing you can do. If the person who dropped you off at the airport is your sister and has a toddler and can't come inside the airport, and you're just going at it alone. So, number 1, some kind of very well-run, efficient, dependable mailing system right there when you go through security. Number 2, the bathrooms in most airports. There are lots of things I could ask to be fixed, but I think it would be lovely if they, instead of just having the little hooks to hang your purse, or maybe a heavy bag if it's a nice, like, heavy-duty hook, I'm going to need some kind of a cup holder far from the toilet or wherever someone who wants to decide how it would be best to not have it be sprayed by toilet water, where it should be placed. I go into that bathroom stall. Maybe I have a small rolling suitcase that's on the floor. That's fine. I hang up my purse or like a bigger carry-on bag, maybe on a nice sturdy hook. That's fine. If I have an iced tea in my hand, which I always do, my choices are usually pretty grotesque and uncomfortable and not dependable. And I think, not even just at an airport, but really at most public restrooms, I would appreciate that. I think that'd be nice, because you can't trust to leave it on a sink in a public bathroom. Someone will throw it away or do God knows what. I don't know. Third thing that I would like to see happen, and maybe this is a thing, I don't know, I have done zero research into this. I got on the plane, someone was in...
Okay, that one got cut off. Louise, why don't we talk about these first two things before moving on?
Okay, so far, I love it.
Emily, thank you so much for calling. We're going to get to your next, I'm thinking, two voicemails. All right.
I have so many thoughts. Okay, so the USPS, as you know, because when I met you freshman year of college, I had a T-shirt that had a postal truck on it.
That's right.
I love the post office, and I know that it is a sinking ship because of like privatized mailing. But this could be the thing that brings it back. There could be flat rate shipping, because I have been at the airport numerous times where I have forgotten that I packed my liquid foundation, and I, had gone to Bloomingdale's to get it because I was a jerk that week and couldn't get it from the drugstore. And now I'm having to throw away like $75 foundation at the airport, which all could have been avoided because sometimes I travel and I don't check any luggage. It's all carry-on. That's a super great idea, especially for women.
Sure, there needs to be a solution.
Not just throw it away.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that she mentioned the things about, this not applying to weapons and things like that, because, yes, when you're packing, you have to be mindful of that. Which, by the way, do you follow TSA's Instagram account? Because it's amazing.
I do.
It's so good. And I also love it when they show their little TSA dogs.
That's why I follow. The dogs are why I follow. Yeah, there really needs to be some sort of mailing system. If USPS, if it's too risky of a move for them, then, I mean, UPS... Yeah, I was like, or go back to the private companies. I was just looking for a way to save my...
The only way that we can save them is if they save themselves first. It's up to them.
All right, easier said than done.
I always prefer using USPS. I don't know. It's not that I have any particular reason or any soft spot in my heart for them, but, you just kind of try to go with the easier route before you go into something trickier. And sorry about emails, bros.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a great idea. I love
Then
it.
the cup holder. Oh my
Yes,
God.
moving
How
on.
many times have you been on like a red eye and you needed to connect somewhere and you got a coffee and then you're like, I really should go to the bathroom before I board the plane. Now I don't want to set it on the ground.
Right.
Because I'm going to get on the airplane and like hold it or set it on something and then I can't wash my hands on the plane and then, God, a cup holder.
So
Brilliant.
Personally, I am a no food or beverages in the baño kind of guy. But I see the use for it, especially unopened containers or something that maybe has a screw cap.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't bring liquids into the airport, but you can bring your own containers, and there's
Right.
water fountains. So I usually bring my Swell bottle empty, and then when I get through security, fill it up with water. And, granted, if it's my swell bottle, I probably stick it in my bag. But if you happen to go to the Starbucks, sometimes you're also killing time between flights.
Right.
So then you go get like an iced tea or whatever. And oh, God, genius. I agree, though. I'm not one for food and beverages in the baño.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be something. Those rooms are disgusting, even at their cleanest.
Right, yes. So far, I don't know, 2 for 2. I kind of like it.
2 for 2. All right, let's see if we can keep on going and make these all incredible ideas. I have a good feeling. All right, here we go. I think. Here we go.
You guys, my great ideas were so numerous and I was so excited about them that your voice won't cut me off. So here's the rest of it. I was getting on the plane. Someone was in my seat. But clearly, he was in the seat next to his girlfriend and he was playing dumb not very well with the, I thought I was in this one. I guess I'm supposed to be in that one. Just asking me to say, no, you stay there. I'll go sit in your seat, which was fine because he also had a window seat and it was fine. I usually would fight that, but it was okay. I would like to know, if this doesn't already exist, it should, when you are booking airline tickets, theater tickets, sporting event tickets, things like that, and you want to sit next to people, but you are not, it's not the same person paying for all of it, there should be a way on those websites as you're checking out to say, yes, these 2 seats, this credit card pays for this one pays for this one. And I suppose it's just as easy, maybe, if you have it depends on how expensive the things are. An airline ticket, I don't know. Like, one friend can buy all the things and then we Venmo them for our ticket. Like, yeah, but with an airline ticket, I don't know. If that's not already a thing, it should be a thing, because that couple definitely booked those tickets and then went, we'll just ask somebody to move, which is bullshit. And they were very lucky that I did not demand my seat. And those are my great airplane ideas. Bye!
Okay, so there actually is a third voicemail, and I don't know if that's the same person, but who knows? Okay, so let's talk about this. It has got my gears going. That's for sure. Yeah, there should be a way to be able to divide up the payments when you're purchasing plane tickets. Yeah, there has to be some way that can happen.
Or some kind of messaging so that if let's say you're purchasing flights and at the time, because they release different seats at different times, so that if you purchased seats for the same flight and you're not together and you want to be together, then you could somehow message, like, one would think the concierge or airline person and say, we want to sit together, so that you could ahead of time be notified, via email that says, so-and-so would like to switch seats with you, approve or deny. And you can just say yes or no. And that way, when you get to the airport the day of, you've already had that discussion with the stranger, kind of. So you can already do that. Because here's my reason for annoyance and also craziness with people trying to switch seats. My mom is a little crazy. I love her to pieces, but she's like a little nutty. And she's always like saying things harmlessly. Like, if the plane goes down and you're not in your seat, how will I be able to know if you're truly dead or not if we can't find your bones? So whenever people ask me if I'm on a flight, like, oh, would you mind changing seats with me? I always think, my bones are not going to be in this seat, and that I was confirmed for 34B. And now, if the plane goes down and I am not able to be found in 34B, my mom might harbor this, like, I don't know, fantasy that I'm still living somewhere, that I've been ejected from the plane, and I somehow lived, even though everyone else is dead, because my bones are not where they're
in that
supposed
case,
to be.
What needs to happen is, like, yes, I will switch seats with you under this one condition. I need to see that you have talked to the flight personnel and have had my information changed on the flight manifest so that my mom knows that I'm dead.
My mom can have peace of mind.
So
basically,
here's my idea based on Emily's idea. This is a slightly different type of situation, but how many times, and maybe this hasn't happened to you, but have you boarded a flight and looked around and seen somebody that you know and be like, hey, how's it going? So, what if there was a way, since, hey, it's 2016 people, we've all got Facebook, more or less, we can connect our Facebook account to whatever airline, we're booking our tickets on, and it can show you when you're booking your ticket, hey, you've got 3 friends on this flight. Do you want to, if there's an available seat next to them, do you want to get the seat next to them? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess it's all, like, privacy pending as well, because let's say your friend, like, doesn't want to sit with you because they had major plans to sleep, and now they don't want to really talk to you, so you could be like, oh my god, hey, I saw that you were on this flight, but I really need to, I mean, not that you couldn't do that in that moment as well.
There could be, a privacy setting specifically for this. That's just like they have to approve it, or, they can have the thing where it's like, yes, allow anybody to be able to do this, or like allow for this to happen under my authorization only. And then you could just play dumb and say, oh, I never got the thing, if you don't feel like sitting next to that dude that you met that one time, and for some reason are Facebook buddies with. Anyway, so there is this one other voicemail that I'm going to play, and let's see what's going on here.
Okay.
Hello, this is Emily again. I left you a voicemail with some great ideas about airport things. But I have more great ideas than that I'm never going to do. I think there has to be some sort of technology that can be developed that when you are in a theater, or I suppose a church or a library, or really anywhere that it would be distracting and inappropriate for you to be on your cell phone, where there are usually signs saying not to do it, but people do it anyway because they're rude and selfish, and that's fine. There has to be some sort of technology, let's just say, when you go into a Broadway theater, and now they all have Wi-Fi, which I think is just making it worse, but sure, they have Wi-Fi. There has to be something that can happen as the curtain's going up that would disable everyone's cell phones so that they could not use them. Or some sort of they'd have to figure out something with that technology for, I guess, emergency situations. Some sort of magic button on a phone that if you pushed it, it would still wake up and dial 911 or whatever it should need to do. Or there would need to be some kind of concierge person as you're walking into the theater that actually takes everyone's phone, kind of like when you're getting on a roller coaster and you have to leave your things in cubbies. That would be a lot of fighting, I think, from people in the beginning as they would get used to that. But there would have to be some kind of concierge, I guess, some sort of system that if someone was waiting for an emergency phone call, I don't know. anytime someone gives that excuse, I say, okay, if you're in an emergency right now, you shouldn't be at the theater or at your soul cycle class. But that's my opinion. If they're like, oh my God, my kids are with this new babysitter, though I need the phone if she calls, there has to be somebody there that says, okay, if Susie calls the phone of the woman sitting in 14F, I will pick it up. You know, I can't even begin to imagine what kind of technology that would take, and I'm certainly never going to develop it, but I have a great idea that someone else should develop it. Hooray, bye!
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Emily, for calling and leaving all of those awesome ideas.
She's the best.
Clearly she knows you because she's talking about theater and Soul Cycle, and
Yeah.
that those things are kind of your jam.
Totally.
Okay. Yes. First of all, I did not realize that Broadway theaters have Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay. Here's what you do. And this makes the calling 911 thing a little trickier, but I'm sure that there are workarounds, perhaps landline phones, for this reason. Beyond that, I know that there are ways and, materials that you can use in building that block out cellular signal, because I know that there are various either academic buildings, places that have done this. So I know it's possible.
The Pentagon. No, I don't.
The Pentagon. They communicate all on walkie-talkie. So then you get Wi-Fi, but it's one of those Wi-Fi situations, and maybe they're already like this, but where you sign in, like you somehow maybe you agree to the terms and services. It comes up with a little screen that you have to click something on, and only then can you use the Wi-Fi. But in the case of a theater performance or church, or this wouldn't apply for a library, I think that was the other example, but when the show begins, and I'm sorry, religious people, but I'm saying that for your thing also, when the show begins, they disable it. They re-enable it during intermission and then after the show, but during the actual performance, kaput. So
I have another solution.
yes, bring it on.
Common courtesy. Shut your phone off.
Yes, but
You have been instructed to do so. You have paid hundreds of dollars for your ticket. If you need to watch the big game on Super Bowl Sunday and your relative has drug you to church, apologize to your Lord and Savior, get up like an adult, and leave. Or, for the hour that you are at Mass or other religious ceremony type thing, you cannot watch said game. You must make a choice. A difficult one, nonetheless, but you must make one.
okay. Going on your whole common courtesy theory here. Okay, let's talk about going to see a Broadway show. Do you think that Jaden Smith gives half of a shit about the amount of money a ticket costs? That dude's got to check his
but I
IG.
do think. Was this a situation that really happened?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, you're just throwing a celebrity out in the world. Okay.
Somebody who probably.
I then have to say, I'm sorry, Jada and Will, you've done a piss poor job of raising your son.
Okay.
There's a parenting problem. That is a sacred place where art is happening in real time in front of you. Respect it.
Okay. We've struck a nerve with Louise, guys.
Yeah, I was like, I'm obviously not passionate about this at all. And the thing is like, there is a show that's kind of hot shit on Broadway right now. It's called Hamilton. Don't know if you've heard of it. Anyway, the president has gone to see the show, numerous times. I don't expect the president to give his phone to someone, a concierge. No. I don't think the security of our nation would allow such a thing. I do want the president to go to Broadway shows and enjoy himself. I don't want him taking a call in the middle. Perhaps this is a situation where maybe the VP could have a little more control for that 2.5 hours that the president is watching a play.
They're revoking the 25th.
However, I don't feel like the president is a person I have to worry about having their phone go off in the middle.
Sure, the president...
It's like snot-nosed kids.
Specifically Barack Hussein Obama, who I love and adore.
Yes. Right.
That is a respectful,
Same,
classy gent. And
classy.
You know what? You know who's even classier? Michelle Obama. She's taking that phone and she's saying, not now. We're watching Hamilton.
Turn that off.
And if there's some sort of emergency, there's the Secret Service dudes who are no doubt like all over the place, who've got little earpieces, who would be able to know, hey, you got to get the president now.
Yeah. Also, and I do want people to go to theater. Like, I want us to experience, like, that in a live setting, because I was going to just be like, those people belong at the movies. Not anything against the movies, but I feel like people are on their phones a lot more at the movies, still ruining the experience.
I'm
for
a
me.
movie guy. Not okay.
Yeah, I was like, not okay. Still ruining the experience, but I did not pay more upwards of $100 for my ticket to the movie. Still, turn it off. Like, part of the problem with the youth in America, or even the mid-range age people, is that we are so set on shutting down socially that you're missing what's going on in front of you.
It's true.
Like, take that time as, like, a wonderful gift. It's not like a punishment to turn off your phone.
You and I grew up in a time where we didn't have phones.
Correct.
We didn't have cellular phones. We had landlines.
I used to call my mom from a payphone, collect, and when they would say, you know, would you accept a call from Louise? I would not say my name. I would quickly be like, come pick me up, and hang up.
That's what I did too when I was done with my, wait for it, league bowling.
What?
That's when I would go
You're
on
so
the
cool.
payphone, 1-800-COLLECT, 1-800-CALLATT. There were commercials for it. And
that's bringing back.
yep, and then they say, like, say your name. You'd say, like, I'm done, pick me up. And then they decline the charges, and you get picked up.
Yep.
And
that's when kids could do things by themselves, first.
Right. And, I mean, when you and I met one another, we didn't have cell phones. I sure didn't. We picked up...
I had a phone. I left it in my room.
Oh, did you have a cell phone?
I did, but I left it in my room all the time. I was like, somebody will call me. I don't care.
Well, we also had, like, we met in college, for anybody who doesn't know, but we had, you know, phones in the dorms, and we could just call each other. Or
I had an answering machine. Or if I missed somebody's call, or, like, I would often put, like, an away message on my AOL Messenger, and it would be like, I'm at the Commons.
Yeah.
So if you, like, wanted to find me... You would look at what my away message said.
And I often did because I was bored and we always had a good time hanging out.
Simpler times.
I know. Anyway, this has gone off.
Also, sometimes I think about Broadway theater houses and I'm like, some of those are historical. Like, you can't go adding any kind of structural, firewall.
I'm not thinking like any sort of structural things, but there are definitely ways to block cell signals.
Okay.
Without necessarily erecting a concrete wall.
Okay.
I think that there are electronic ways of doing that.
Whoa. I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
I'm sure that such a thing exists. Okay. Thank you so much, Emily, for giving us a call. You can do the same. Call 304-804-IDEA. Or you can go on our Facebook page and there's a call now button right on there. Yep, that's right.
Wow.
That's right. Apparently people have hit the button but nobody's actually left a message. They've probably been
were
like,
what's this?
Yeah, what happened?
Oops.
What do I do? What happens if I hit call now? So you can do that, or you can email us at greatideapodcast@gmail.com. Louise,
Yes.
are you ready to give me the grand finale idea?
Yes. Here goes. Okay. I don't understand a lot of technology and algorithms and all that stuff, but you know how on the Facebook,
It's 2016, people.
yep, you check statuses of people. Sometimes you actually go to their page. It's not just what comes up in your feed. You are not stalking, but you're just checking to see what's going on. Sometimes somebody in my life actually will have a baby or something, and it'll be like, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And then that's like all I see because of the whatever algorithm that Facebook has given, where like that's going to be at the top of my feed no matter what, because everybody and their brother is liking it or hearting it or leaving a comment that says congratulations. And so for days I'm like, I get it, that person had a baby, like, okay, congratulations, but like what else is happening? What are people doing? So you're looking at stuff, or you're going through your pictures and you're like, tagging my friend John from college in this picture, tagging my friend John from college in this picture, tagging, your friends at so-and-so's birthday party, where it's like, I'm going to post all these things, just tag people. Something happens. We'll call it a breakup. There needs to be a Facebook breakup button, because they're tracking whose statuses you like, what places you leave comments, whose photos you're tagging in the past or whatever, and they're feeding you what you like. And if there's a situation where you have broken up with somebody, Facebook keeps putting them at the top of your feed and keeps being like, do you want to tag so-and-so in a picture? And you're like heartbroken. You don't want to see their face anymore. You're like, no, I don't want to tag them. No. And you don't want to unfriend them because you have so many other mutual friends, or perhaps you're in the same field for your career. So you don't necessarily want to just like completely cut, but you don't want to see it for a while. And Facebook keeps like ramming it down your throat. So there needs to be like an uncoupling button. And I know you can unfollow people as well, but somehow there needs to be like a shock to the Facebook algorithm to be like, not now, not for a while.
It's like kind of like a timed type of situation where it's like you can set maybe 5 months from now, I'll be ready for this to start to creep in again a little bit more at a time. Like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. And I think that there's also a potential to go beyond that. And when you hit the breakup button, it says, sorry about that, but hey, you guys have 24 mutual friends. Do you also want to see less from any of these people?
Ooh, I like it.
Right?
And because Facebook obviously has the technology to do everything we're saying. So, P.S., anybody at Facebook.
What's our
jump on
face
this.
shape, Facebook?
Exactly. It should also maybe give you a thing that pops up and says, you have 116 pictures with this person. Would you like to untag all of them? Because let's say you're a dude and you got all these pictures with this girl, and it was guy, sure.
It's 2016.
That's true. I was mostly thinking just because, well, I guess guys can be crazy, and I don't mean it in a derogatory way that there's like crazy girls, but I was thinking of a specific scenario in my head where the dude had a lot of pictures with this chick, but now he's like back on the market, and the new chicks that he's trying to get with keep looking at him with all this other girl, and then they're like, he's dating someone, so I won't bother. When really he's not anymore, so
Right.
you could like untag yourself. Not delete the photos, just...
Sure.
And not untag the other person. Just untag yourself maybe. So that you don't have to manually go through all of them. It can just be like, would you also like to untag these?
I like it. It needs to happen.
A breakup button.
We need it.
We need it. I mean, it could go even further. It could be like, political orientation. You could be
Oh my
like,
God.
it's getting to be closer and closer to election time, and I really can't put myself in this situation because my blood pressure is just not able to handle this. So these are all of your Republican friends, or these are all of your Bernie Sanders supporters. I'm just throwing it out. I don't mean to alienate either group. I'm just making a...
Sure. No, Laura,
Put those
my
people
wife,
back in the feed when the election's over.
Yeah, Laura actually disabled her Facebook account because it was just getting to be too much.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so there needs to just be throttle levels that you can adjust.
Yes.
Where it's anything that
also,
has
that
these...
sounds really dope. Facebook throttle.
Facebook throttle. Yeah, it's not black and white, people. You just have to be able to adjust how much politics you want to see.
And babies.
And, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And exes.
Yeah. Well, I love it.
It's great, right?
And it needs to happen. And Facebook throttle.
Let's get real just for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that? Was that finale idea worthy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's great.
Okay, cool.
It's what I really like about it is that it's doable today.
Yeah.
There's no
Not by us.
R&D needed.
Not by us, but it is doable today.
It is. Somebody can do this.
Someone can and should.
And get a raise, by the way. Well, cool. I think that we have just talked about some great ideas that we'll never do. Everybody else should do it. If you have a great idea and you live in the United States of America and you want to patent it, go to uspto.gov. That's the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Call us with your ideas, 304-804-IDEA. We'll talk about them. We'll spitball a little bit. You can email them to greatideapodcast@gmail.com. All of our social media things, @greatideapod.
Follow, like it.
And if you look like you're going to say something.
I was going to say, if you have listened to our podcast and you think that it's passable, go to the iTunes store and rate it, but give it 5 stars or whatever star rating you want to give it, or leave a comment, even if it's just, great job, guys, because that ups our visibility so we can bring more great ideas to the people.
Yes. However, if you do rate us 5 stars and you do leave us a comment with a word or phrase in quotes, Louise and I will each come up with an idea based on your word or phrase suggestion. Throwing that out there.
I love it.
Because, it just would raise our visibility. Who knows? Maybe some sponsor, Casper Mattresses, if you're listening, will want to sponsor the show. We can do it more regularly. Right now we're doing every other week, and that's working out great. But, if there was a little bit of cheddar coming our way,
a little bit of
could be a different situation. Our schedules may change because we are recording this on 2 different coasts. And with the magic of technology, we're able to meld our voices together into one excellent little podcast recording. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening, and thank you, Louise, for hanging out with me.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
I don't see it happening.